Hello guys and welcome back to our channel Barca Admirers for your daily coverage of all the latest news updates and transfers roundup regarding football club Barcelona. In this episode, we have a ridiculous statement regarding why Messi has not still renewed his contract, and the claim made by a journalist is completely absurd on the issue. On the other hand, Barca youngster Pedri makes a very important decision on his future, while Samuel Umtiti still refuses to leave the club despite severe persuasions from the management, alongside many more such updates. So make sure you watch this video till the very end without skipping over any part. We have a small request for our audience. Over 80% of our channel's viewers are consistently watching our videos but without subscribing to the channel. As for our subscribers, only 28% of them have turned on all the notifications for the channel and enabled the YouTube app notifications. So those who haven't yet done so, please hit that subscribe button, press the bell icon, select all, and then enable the YouTube app notifications to keep enjoying our videos. Now before we begin, a small shout out to OneFootball. If you are a football fan and want to stay updated about the plethora of latest news coming up in the vast world of football, then OneFootball is the best app for you. Be it the latest news updates, transfer rumors, or update about club or international football, OneFootball has got it all covered. It is completely free to use, and its biggest perk is that it gives you real-time match updates whenever a game is being played out, and whenever there's a major incident in the game, you will be notified by the app. You can select your favorite club and it will suggest you personalized articles. In my case, it's definitely Barcelona. Be it game statistics, current form of your team, or individual performances of your players, you get it all. La Liga, Champions League, English Premier League, Serie A, World Cup, Bundesliga, League One, MLS, or AFC Champions League, everything you want, it's here. So go ahead, check it out. Link to download the app is given in the description of this video. For the first news update of the day, we have the comments of El Chiringuito journalist Luis Canut, who has made an outrageous claim while speaking in a TV program on the popular channel Laporta. He claimed that the conflict between Messi and Bartomeu started when Leo did not want to lower his salary. It was the main source of Messi's discomfort. The main problem with Messi's renewal is the treasury. Now this sort of news really does deserve some clarification. However, before we get into it, a small reminder from my end: Bartomeu may have left, but his minions and paid journalists are still around and actively at work, so beware guys. This claim is totally false. Think about it. If Messi was really hell-bent on only making money, why did he take a 75% pay cut last season at the beginning of the pandemic while also convincing other players to follow his lead? Why did he agree to play for reduced wages in his new contract when he easily could have gone on to Manchester City or PSG, where he could have earned even more money? This is absolute nonsense guys. A word of advice from my end: do not fall for it. As for Messi's renewal update, La Sporti reports that Barcelona need to reduce the payroll by at least 200 million euros so that Messi's renewal can be effective, but they face long-term contracts with players who do not want to leave, such as Pjanic and Umtiti. The high salaries of Dembele, Coutinho and Griezmann are a major burden for the club. Moving on to the next one, we have some great news. A Spanish publication Onda Cero reports that Pedri is all set to win the 2021 Golden Boy Award. Jude Bellingham will finish as the runners-up behind him. That of course is no surprise. Pedri has easily been the best young player of the Euros. Among the 622 players taking part in the competition, Pedri has covered the most distance in the Euro 2020 so far, with a total distance of 61.5 kilometers. However, the teenager has been overtaken by Jordi Alba in one aspect. The left back has created more goal-scoring chances from open play than any other player so far in the Euros. He is ranked first with 11 chances, while Pedri is ranked fifth with 9 chances created. In his latest interview with the Spanish national team, Pedri said that Koeman congratulated him on proceeding to the semi-finals with Spain. He also said that Koeman, Xavi Hernandez and Luis Enrique are coaches who like to hold the ball, so they are very good for Barcelona. Pedri further said that he feels very valued and grateful to Barca. He hopes to spend a long time at the club. On being questioned about Messi's renewal, Pedri said that he does hope that Messi renews. He would like to have him as a teammate for even longer. The teenager heaped praise on his captain Sergio Busquets. He said that their worst moment on the Spanish national team came when Sergio Busquets tested positive for COVID-19. He is a player that everyone owes, and it's spectacular to play alongside him. On being asked to comment about his unfortunate own goal against Croatia, Pedri said that it indeed was disappointing, but that for a moment did not affect him because he was sure that they would come back. As long as Spain play well, there is no reason to worry. Speaking about his participation in the Summer Olympic Games in Tokyo, Pedri said that he loves playing football and is delighted to continue playing, although he also understands Barcelona's concerns because he has played many games, but he has told Barca that he is going to arrive well rested. He also said that if he was not subbed off against Switzerland, he would have liked to take a penalty. Moving on to the next one, we have a report by Catalan publication RAC1. It states that Barcelona believe that Ousmane Dembele will renew his contract, while an exit for Griezmann is on the table. In a similar report, journalist Josep Soldado states that Laporta and Koeman have met last week. They discussed about the possible transfer of Griezmann. Koeman considers him expendable and the club needs money. Next up, we have a rather interesting piece of news as RAC1 reports that Matheu Fernandes got to know about his contract termination through an email. If indeed this is true, I must say that this sort of behavior is not at all commendable. I expected better from my club. Reporting on the same issue, news outlet Cadena Ser claims that Fernandes can sue the club in this week. His entourage says that he had offers to leave Barcelona at zero cost. Next up, we have the comments of veteran midfielder Sergio Busquets. In his interview with Cope, he was asked to comment on Messi's contract renewal situation, to which he said that we have to give it time. He trusts the president, the people who are working and the feeling that Leo has. Koeman has so far done a good job and we have to give stability and time to the project. It surely will go well. On being questioned about his rumored transfer to the Major League Soccer, Busquets said that he does not know anything about that and there has been no contacts. Next up, we have a report by Spanish publication Sport. It states that according to the people who knew Trincao before he arrived at Barcelona, he has not been able to manage his arrival at the Camp Nou well enough. The jump from Portugal to Spain was too big for him to cope with. Speaking about Trincao, RAC1 reports that Wolverhampton Wanderers, who secured his signature yesterday officially, will have to pay a penalty of 6 million euros if they don't trigger the buy option on Trincao at the end of the season. Going to the next one, according to a report by Mundo Deportivo, Felipe Coutinho will return to Barcelona this week to pass the medical tests before the start of the new season. His agent continues to work with clubs in the Premier League, which is the player's priority, although without ruling out a move to AC Milan. In a similar report, reliable journalist Samuel Marsden states that Pjanic and Coutinho are both heading back to Barcelona this week ahead of the start of the pre-season. No major developments on the futures have taken place yet, but Barca are keen to move both out. It's reported that Pjanic has not yet received any proposal from Barcelona to cancel his contract. Interestingly, journalist Moises Llorens reports that at Barcelona, no one wants to lower their salaries and no one wants to leave either. The club is in a very difficult situation right now. Speaking about refusal to leave the club, journalist Santiago Vai reports that Samuel Umtiti does not want to leave Barca and he wants to prove to Koeman that he can still play at an elite level. In the event of the termination of the player's contract, Umtiti has all the physical tests and evidence that shows that he is capable of playing football at the highest level. That concludes today's news roundup. Moving on to the transfer section, at number 1, we have a report by journalist Gerard Romero. It states that Martin Braithwaite would like to stay at Barca, but they will sell him. There are some good offers on the player. On defense, it is clear that Umtiti will leave. If there are good offers for Lenglet, he will also be sold, while Jordi Alba must cut his wages. The report further states that in this week, we will get to know what Ilaix Moriba's future is after they offer him a new contract extension. Carlos Alena will be sold to Getafe or Valencia. Coutinho should also be sold. The club sees this as a very complicated thing because of the injury. As for the other players, Sergio Busquets will have to reduce his wages, while there are teams in the Premier League and Serie A that are very interested in Neto. Going to the next news update, reliable journalist Luis Fernando Rojo reports that Barcelona would only sell Felipe Coutinho for around 50 million euros. However, it still remains to be seen whether any team is interested in a permanent deal. If not, the club will look to loan the player out. For the next one, journalist Fernando Polo has prepared a list of departures from the club. Junior Firpo has already been sold to Leeds United. Pjanic, Umtiti, Coutinho, Alena and Moussa Wagué are all on the exit ramp, while Martin Braithwaite is raising his value at the Euros. Neto, Roberto and Lenglet are not viewed as essentials and offers will be considered for them. As for the situation of Pjanic, Italian outlet Gazzetta reports that Barca have offered the letter of freedom to Miralem Pjanic and Juventus under Massimiliano Allegri are already excited to have him back for free. They will just have to pay his 8 million euro salary and signing bonuses. Inter and PSG are other options as well. However, in a contradictory report, top-tier news outlet Sky Sports states that Tottenham are all set to sign Miralem Pjanic thanks to Fabio Paratici, the former director of Juventus. In desperate need of reducing the wage bill, Barca will let the midfielder leave for free. Next up, reporting on the situation of Neto Murara, journalist Roger Torreo states that Arsenal is the first option for Neto right now. They wanted to sign the Brazilian keeper in January and are still very much interested. Everton and Roma are also linked to the player. Barca want to sell and save his wages. That's all the news we could collect for you today. If you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon, select all and enable all the YouTube app notifications. We have always been overly impressed by your response to our videos. So in this episode, we have decided to set a target of 550 likes. Please Coolers, help us reach our target on this episode as well. Now that's all we have for today's episode. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next video. Until then, stay safe. Visca el Barça, Visca el Catalunya.